Hi everyone, it's Homer again, and today's topic is plagiarism. The group that I'm going to discuss it in terms of are my ESA 052 students at the Community College of Baltimore County. As I've shared before, the 052 students, this is the last prerequisite class before they move on into English 101. So I consider it extremely important for them to be aware of citing materials correctly and knowing about the consequences of plagiarism. First and foremost, in the college syllabi, there is a verbatim part that needs to be placed in the syllabus for the students. I think there are too many times where teachers on that first day simply have them read the syllabus or read it to them. And for ESOL students, even at the 052 level, there needs to be explanation, not just reading a bunch of words. The students come in with their own cultural backgrounds, and I think that most people are very much aware that the idea of copying or gathering information and not giving credit, in some cultures, it's perfectly acceptable to do so. It's the idea of sharing and the idea of community. So there needs to be a justification of why that is not acceptable. And I think that is first and foremost. I always use my own examples. I think that text to self is really important. And I share with the students a real situation that happened when I was in my first year of grad school in music. I was writing a choral arrangement. Well, several years later, I opened up a textbook. I saw my choral arrangement that I had turned into my professor, but the professor's name was on it. And the professor received a remuneration for that particular choral piece that I had written. Well, when you put it that way, there is no reason that that should have happened. So I explained to the students the ramifications of that, how I felt, how they would feel in such a position. So it becomes firsthand to them. I also feel, and I don't care if it's elementary school or if it's at college level, I feel that it is the position of every single teacher to work on citations, proper writing of essays, works cited. It's like being a reading teacher. All teachers are reading teachers, whether they signed up for it or not. So I think a lot of it goes back on other teachers, but unfortunately the ESOL teacher, it always seems to come back down on them. What I do with my students, and again, experience is a wonderful teacher in itself. I have the students from the time they begin reading an article for an essay that they are going to be writing, I have them think about it all as a package deal. The article, the citations, they are all one in the same. You cannot have one without the other. So I have a little chart that they fill out. So they are putting down initially the article that they are reading. I also have them put one or two quotations that they will probably include, something important to them in their essay that they'll be writing, and then they write the insight citation, the parenthetical, and then they follow it by a copy and paste of the actual MLA citation that they will use in their work cited. I deal with MLA citation at the 052 level and also with the English 101 classes. Something else that I do use occasionally with my students to let them understand how you know what's copied and what is not, so they get an idea of, I need to paraphrase more, or I need to put this as a quote and not my own wording. Using several of the tools, the online tools, obviously Safe Assign is what their papers go through when I receive them. I don't want it to be a got you moment. I got you. I found you doing something you shouldn't do. I want it to be a learning experience, and providing with those tools ahead of time helps them better prepare for their academic performance. as they move on.